So when people die, to some that comes as a shock. But every day we sleep, we die. And we are at the mercy of God or at the mercy of spiritual power to come back. So then time is never on our side. We want to do a lot of things, or we're just starting to line up this and that and that. But we don't control the time, you know. So when time gets to be ended, either by somebody or by God, the nature calling us back home, it stops right there. It's very sad what's been going on in Africa, around the world, and just around blackness, black people. You know, people die, yes. We're born to only prepare to die someday. You know, how we spiritually get ourselves there, mentally get ready and all that. But some incidences of people, how they dying these days, you know, it's sad. It's brutal in a way that there's no love. You know what happened to love? You know, gender-based violence, it's almost became the norm now. You know, growing up, my grandmother did most of reaching me. You know, I was born in a home, and there was just my grandmother and my grandfather, and of course my mother. Father wasn't in the picture due to a lot of things I won't discuss, hence why I carry my mother's surname. So I was loved a lot by my grandmother, my aunts, my mother, even my sisters growing up, to a point I could understand the love, you know. My grandmother taught me how to move, how to be a human being, even before I knew what a human being was. You know, plowing the fields. Sometimes she wake me up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, days that we're not going to school. So tough on me, you know. We go to the fields the whole day, you know, plowing the fields. You know, we eat there, she will prepare everything. Sometimes the whole family goes there. That's just African culture, how we grew up. Then after like 9 months or so, then you see what you've been plowing, you harvest, then you're happy. So that woman, she was very wise. She taught us a lot of survival skills. Of course, that was from the help of my grandfather, but my grandfather died when I was still very young. So my grandmother did then most of the teachings. You know, the memorization. I make music, I memorize this and that. You know, that articulation, that's grandmama's teachings. You know, I remember I was around 3 years old, just before I started traveling around Zimbabwe, doing like verses from the Bible, you know, around the congregations and stuff. My grandmother, she already would have made me memorize a couple of verses and stuff like that. So I was very equipped since I was 3, I can say. So the love and protection, you know, that she had, you know, moved with me to a point that I had to now mature on my own as a man, and prepared me for the world, you know, to go. You know, so the love I have for a woman is deep, because without them we wouldn't be here. Of course, the men provide the seed, but the woman natures takes care of that seed. The child comes, and then here we are. You know, we are here to cause misery as men. We are here to breed love. So what happens when a man is born? You know, he's a boy, he's loved a lot. What changes? That it becomes hated and it starts to do hectic things. My condolences to Gardee. Very sad. You know, the way we taking out our people, the way we hurting our own families, the way we're putting so much torture on one another, it hurts. You know, as a boy, from a boy to a man, you know, this is something that was never installed in us. So where do we get that? That we kill women or hate them or hurt them. Men out there are killing, they're hurting women, they're hurting children, they're hurting themselves, they're hurting other vulnerable men. Where's the love? What happened? Why kill her like that? Actually, why kill her? What type of statement is trying to be made here? You know, is it political? But why? You know, what did she do? Who did she pain? Who did she touch wrong? You know, what did Gardee do on that day that deserved for someone to take her or people to take her for days and then she gets found shot? Why? If you also understand, of course, rest in peace to the brother from Soweto who was just laid to rest recently. The Elvis Nyati situation, you know, there's just so much anger and so much pain in us. And then this morning I wake up, going through YouTube, I see rest in peace Kevin Samuels. I'm like, whoa. You know, so Kevin Samuels, you know, the guy was very controversial, yes, but the knowledge that he passed on, regardless of people's feelings, it's something that touched people in a way that you could have calculated it how you wanted. But instead of people just saying, my condolences, you find that some people actually celebrating. Black people celebrate. How do you celebrate the passing of someone? The message is already out there. There's already people who are like him. You know, even before him, there were people. So just because he went viral on a topic that was necessary and to be spoken about, you know, I'm not gonna go about everything what the guy was. You know, now and then I'll pay attention to some of the videos there. You know, try to see exactly where was he going with this. You know, I'm 36, I'm not married. Back in the day, I mean, this is a taboo. I mean, like 36, I should have like 5 or so children. So why am I not married? What's the separation? Why is it that black men and black women right now, we don't see eye to eye? What is the problem in our society? So some of those things, of course, have to be spoken about. You know, I'm not all about you have to be, you know, in the 400,000 rand or whatever figure and stuff like that. No, love is spiritual. It's a special thing. So you love who you love. And so his strong views gets him to get all this hate. Why do we hate each other so much? The guy is dead. You know, just say rest in peace or don't say nothing. So as a black people, man, we're distractful amongst ourselves. You know, the killing of this young lady is sad. I mean, I understand that people may be upset with EFF because they're saying that EFF is standing for the foreigners. But is EFF standing for the criminals? Really, can anyone actually go out there and say EFF is standing up for the criminals? I don't know. EFF have got their own problems. They have got their own situations, like any other political party. But I don't think they deserve one of their members' daughter, to be abducted and be shot. For what? What did she do? I just want to know, what did she do? She is not EFF. EFF is not even in power like that. And even if you look at that death, it's black people saying to other black people, well, they get what they deserve. What is it that they deserve? Gender-based violence? How many women have we lost in this country? How many should we continue to lose? Who are we, men, without women? Even all my ex-girlfriends, I've got so much love for them. I'll never speak ill about my ex-girlfriends. We had our issues, as love is, Growing up, you understand actually, I didn't know all that. Oh, maybe I was wrong there, or maybe she was wrong there, but it's in the past. One thing I love and appreciate from all my ex-girlfriends, they're not a lot, like they perhaps like 3. One thing I love about that was the experience is they taught me to step out of my zone, to always be better, challenge myself. I was never surrounded by women who wanted me to be weak, their love for me. And why things didn't work, I think it's just because I was busy trying to become liberty, trying to build me from where I was coming from, but I'll never have hate. I'll never have hate. They loved me, they appreciated me when not many could appreciate me or even look at me. So I'll always have love and appreciation and want to protect them. Doesn't matter how they look like, whenever they look like. It's very sad. Why would, say even something happened terrible with one of my ex-girlfriends, why would I even wish anything bad to happen to them? So why would Hillary Gardee deserve this type of killing? Who would orchestrate such a thing? Where is the black love? We grew up, there was so much love. It's gone now. All we just know is pain now. As if Corona did not even change us people. We lost so many people. We continue to lose so many people. But we just still carry hate. Hate takes us nowhere. And the thing about life is, time stops for everybody whenever it stops. So why not just find love mostly and a better direction out of chaos, Why are we defeated so much mentally that we have to destroy one another? So even on YouTube and social media, black people, we make too much noise there. We're distractful, man. No order, actually. I don't know if it's trauma from mental destruction, but most of our doings as black people has to change, On this life, across borders, we are at the mercy of men you know. We are the mess of men to live rich or poor. And that's an illusion of time. Your employer can say, come to work right now. And God can say, or spiritual time can say, no more work. So we live in time that's borrowed. So what do we do with borrowed time? Do we spend it fighting? Do we spend it being distractful? Do we spend it creating and helping one another? You know, why is it that we have to spend... Life is miserable already. So going to unnecessary funerals, you know, caused by hate, evil thoughts and intentions, sad. That's why the future of black people is just sometimes bleak sometimes. We can't destroy our women for them to love us. We have to love these women, you know. Our mothers, our sisters, our nieces, our aunts, you know, they all make women. And we should have that understanding that they are not a punching bag. A good woman respects a good man. Sometimes movements, of course, out there, they distort how human beings should live. But I just urge, men and women to go back to love, you know. Don't put too much materials, money, too much hopes of I wanna be this, you know. All that can stop at any time. But one thing that, you know, you always experience is the love that you may have at all times. How you appreciate other people, how they appreciate you. Somewhere I may see only 300 people who follow Liberty now, thanks to whoever's been following. But in real life, I have people, actually. Real people. You know, like, ask anyone who knows me on a real note. You know, many people see me in passing, you know, deliberately like that. Why? Because it's tough to trust people who have got good, healthy and positive motives towards you or around you. So it's very important to protect yourself, your ideas, your family. I have a lot of family, you know. I can, in Stellenbosch alone, if I have to visit people, I can spend the whole day. I need actually a week to visit family. I want to talk about Worcester, Pau, and all the other parts where I've got other family, and then Zimbabwe, and Johannesburg, and all that. You know, so in real life, I just realized it's not important too much for me to showcase everything about me anymore in that manner. You know, it's just the important stuff that's important for us to share with the world. But I appreciate living life now, you know, like almost on an off-grid type situation. You know, just enjoying the moments that actually makes us people, you know. And when I do travel, then I'll meet people, then I'll friend them on that note, then I'll know who they are on a personal note. I love that, you know. But just this thing of going too far for likes, for views, for this, for that, we're losing ourselves. There's no love. The narratives have to change. We have to bring back the love. Rest in peace to Gardee. May his soul rest in peace. May it find home, safety. Many people think it all starts and stops here. Nah. If God already said we can't be here, if the Spirit says there is life, that means when they take that life again, that life goes somewhere. So for those who live in spiritual moments, you understand that dreams, going to sleep and growing older is part of that gate. You know, you see what you have to see, and then spiritually you can guide those who have to route back home. Just like the internet, you know, from this ether pod to that ether pod, when life ends, your spirit goes into a certain channel, back into a certain source. So some goes to the source, some don't, And I'm not going to speak too much religious because, people don't want to hear that nowadays, and it's just sad. But being good in the heart is what this is about. Being a human being is what this is about. Appreciating one another for just being human beings is what this is about. We can agree to disagree, on a mild note, but don't let hate go far deep. Let Mr. Kevin Samuels rest in peace, rest in peace. Hilary Gardee, may you rest in peace. And everyone who have passed on, may y'all rest in peace. Yeah. We give thanks.